Is there a demand for this? Is there some sort of interest for whistleblowers in trying to get documents out?
I think there is, because we at CBC, whether it's at the Fifth Estate or the investigative units that people watch and listen to in radio or their local stations across the country, we get a lot of tips from people, and many of our stories that we've done on the Fifth Estate, stories on internet scams or even suspicious deaths, come from emails or phone calls or even old snail mail. But you know, what if you're working at a company or a government agency or anywhere? What if you're abroad somewhere in a dangerous situation? For whatever reason, you're worried about your safety, your security, you're worried about anybody knowing you're reaching out to the CBC or journalist, and you want to be protected. So you need something like SecureDrop. To be sure, because what SecureDrop does, you and I can communicate in various encrypted ways. SecureDrop is so secure, if we get an email from you or a communication, we don't even know who you are or where you are. So it does offer important protection. And we're seeing how the government is surveilling us a lot. We're seeing how law agencies are sometimes breaking the rules to crack into computers. So I think we're in an era where some people do want that kind of safety and security.
So how is that possible? How does SecureDrop work?
Well, in an odd way, we can't get into too many details because we don't want to reveal too much, but the basic way it works, it is complicated, it is hard. It does require a certain amount of computer skills, but it allows, and the instructions are on our webpage. You just go to the new SecureDrop CBC webpage. The way it works is anybody, anywhere in Canada or around the world, by following some instructions, downloading some software, can send us photos, documents, or emails, and it's done in a way where they send it to us, it's completely encrypted, we don't know where they are. Once we get access to it, we then use encryption tools that are very complicated, very secure. And here's the beauty, at one point, we take that information and we put it onto a computer that has never touched the internet. And these days, you know, the computer right in front of you, every phone we use, all of our lives are completely connected to the internet. It means, though, that means you're hackable, you're spyable, whether it's by the government or law enforcement or terrorists. We've created a system, and many other media are using it, where we have part of our system that's immune from the internet, and that allows us to work in a safe and secure way.
So you say other media are using it. What's been the feedback? What are they saying?
Well, there's been some of the famous stories we've heard of, from whether it's Edward Snowden or some of the other leaks, have come through various ways of communicating securely with journalists. And it comes down also to a basic right. If you feel you have a story that CBC needs to know about, you have to be assured that you can communicate in a way that's anonymous and safe. The beauty of SecureDrop, it means anywhere you are in Canada you can communicate, and you can also reach out not just to the Fifth Estate or some of our national investigative teams, but also to a local reporter that you want to reach in a secure way. You just say who you want to reach, that message will get to them in a secure and positive way. I think it's also, it's a way to fight back. People are frustrated. We're reading this week stories of, is our spy agency inadvertently or not leaking data about Canadians around the world? People feel we're much more in a spy versus spy, in a big brother society, and this is a way for journalists to do what we've been doing forever, right?
Sometimes it can be intimidating.
Yeah. It can be intimidating. And, in the end, again, 90% of our people can communicate through us the usual way. Send us an email, phone us. We actually, believe it or not, still get those brown envelopes with something called stamps on them. But this is a 21st century way for people to reach out to CBC. And it's part of the fact that CBC has put a huge priority on investigative journalism, not just shows like the Fifth Estate and Marketplace. Dave Seglins, who does a lot of our radio and TV investigations, was key behind SecureDrop. You've seen his work. You're seeing a lot of the stories we break constantly online. And a lot of the local CBC stations across the country are doing this kind of work. And this is a way for people to reach us in a very safe way.
Impressive.
It is complicated. Don't be daunted. Read the instructions. It does take a fair amount of computer skills, but we also offer other ways that you can reach out.
Yeah, the snail mail still works, right?
Snail mail still,
all right.
although it is really slow.